Thank you very much for having me here. And I would like to thank Timmy and her group, especially for the honor done me yesterday night. It was a big surprise. I didn't know that I could be so important, over here. Thank you so much for the warm reception and for the honor done me. Okay. Well, today I would like to share with you a picture book from Ghana. This book is a very simple one, and it's about the outfit I have. It's talking about the West African woman's outfit, the way they dress. So can we have the first? And it is a child's view. A child who has observed her mother, the way she dresses and things, and then she's talking about this outfit. Yeah, this is the picture inside, where here the child is showing how the mother uses the cloth to tie her hair. So like as I'm here, I could just do this. And that, changes my outlook. That's another way of, dressing. That is in using the cover cloth, for one thing, as a headgear. Yes. Oh. Yes, next picture. Let's have the next picture, please. The next. Yeah, this is the copyright page. Let's have the. Yeah, here is the mother, and the child is watching the mother, and here the mother has got the three-piece, the top and the skirt, and she's using the second one to wrap around her waist. So that is another way of using, dressing up as a West African woman. Can we have the next picture? In this one, like I did at the beginning, the woman is using this cloth, the second cloth, to tie her hair. So she winds it around her head. That is what she's doing over there. Next. Then, the same cloth, the mother can use it to wrap her baby, and as she carries the baby, either from the hospital, after having had the baby in the hospital, she's going home, and she uses the second cloth to carry her baby. Here, is the father who has got a toothache, and he has to go to hospital. So he doesn't want people to see that he's got a toothache. So he covers his head with a cover cloth of, the wife. There he is. And of course, I'm sure you've seen African women with their babies on their backs. They use this second cloth, to carry the baby on the back. Yeah. Then they also use it, to carry things on their head. If they've got a heavy load to carry, they just make something like this, put it on their head, and then they carry the item on the head. And another use of this piece of cloth is that, as the child says, the mother uses it as her bank. And a lot of West African women, that is what they do. Instead of either having a purse, a proper purse, or a bag, they will put the money in the corner of the cloth and tie it up. A lot of old women still do it, back home. And you wouldn't know that they are carrying money, in their cloth. Yeah. Then she uses it, also as a handkerchief or something, to wipe the runny nose of the child. The same, item of cloth. Can we have the... And this one is in the church. She goes to the church, and before she sits on the pew, she will use her cloth to wipe it. And after that too, she will use it saying hallelujah in the church, Yes. And sometimes she will put the baby she will put the cloth on the floor and put the sleeping baby on it, and so that she could be free to do what she wants to do. Yeah, she's using it to drive away the mosquitoes. You can see them up there. And, we have a lot of festivals back home. And normally when the chief is dancing, you see the women going there and they will spread a cloth on the floor, on the ground, for the chief to dance on it. The same cover cloth. And here she's doing it, the cloth, she's spreading it for the other dancer to dance on it. And, she also uses the same cloth to keep the girl warm, to, wrap it around her if she's feeling feverish or she's feeling cold. She wraps it around her just to keep her warm. And the child also uses the cloth, or the mother uses it to cover her head if it's raining and she doesn't have an umbrella and she's going home, she has to cover her head, and do that. Yeah. And the husband or the father uses this cloth as a bathrobe. If he's going to the bathroom, he will use it, to wrap it around his waist and go to the bathroom, to have his shower. Yeah. And, when they are having festivals and they are dancing, it's the same cover cloth that the men would use, to dance. And the children also use it, to play. Like this one, she's tying it around her neck like this, and run away, play with his little sister. I'm sure you've seen these big wooden trucks, in West Africa. They use them to carry heavy loads. And if the women are coming from the market, with all the load on it, and if it's either raining or the sun is too hot, they use a cover cloth to cover the windows so that, they don't get burnt. And the children, of course, also use the same cloth to play. They tie it around their waist and they catch wind in it and they run around, enjoying themselves. And, the same thing, she's tied it around her neck and she's chasing the bad guys. Yeah, this is during dancing at school, tribal dancing at school, and she takes her mother's cloth to go and do the dancing. Sometimes too, they use the same cloth to go and gather fruits. Here they've gone for some mangoes, and they spread the cloth on the floor and gather the mangoes and then tie it, and then they carry it on their shoulder. And sometimes to the children, when they are playing, the older child will cover her face just to frighten the little one, to keep him quiet. He frightens the little one and he pretends she's a ghost, so that, the child would, do what she wants her to do. And, the same cloth the mother would use to cover them at night when they are sleeping. So that is the use of this second, this piece of cloth, which is part of the West African woman's outfit. It is not anything strange, but sometimes people do not understand why people behave the way they do. And it's interesting for somebody to observe all these things and note it down and in a picture book. And I thought probably, people out here might be interested in hearing something about like this, and also seeing how picture books are developing in West Africa. We are not as advanced as you are with your picture books. I mean, what Bjorn was talking about just this afternoon is far, far ahead of us, but we have come to realize the importance of the picture book and the need for the child to see the images to be able to understand what the text is saying. So this afternoon, my role here was just to show you how, or to share with you, a sample picture book from West Africa. Thank you very much for your kind attention.